Welcome to International Law 2025. Fast Forward, a concise tour of how legal practice adapts in a hyper-connected world. Over the next few minutes, we will trace key technological pressures, emerging legal debates, and practical responses, setting the scene for why agile legal thinking matters as we move into December 2025 and beyond. This slide contrasts Old Westphalian, territory-centered sovereignty with a new Webphalian world where data flows, cloud jurisdictions, and crypto assets erode classic borders. The visual shows a framed map shifting into a networked globe, illustrating how treaties now chase digital facts and why jurisdictional lines are becoming less decisive in practice. Here we look at autonomous systems and the evolving debates at the International Law Commission about quasi-subject status, from diplomatic bots to arbitration tools and battlefield targeting. The contention is whether increasing autonomy requires recognition of agency, while opponents warn of an accountability gap and attribution challenges. So, deliberations focus on defining legal personality and human control imperatives. This slide explains the 2025 surge in climate litigation, where courts translate Paris temperature targets into binding national and corporate emission budgets, and customary law becomes a secret weapon to establish liability for transboundary harm. The result is tighter state obligations, mandatory policy revisions, corporate emission mandates, asset stranding risks, and a new era of climate accountability in courts. Technological disruption is reshaping sanctions. The old model of static asset freezes relied on known intermediaries, but blockchain mixing, stablecoins, and decentralized IDs now undermine tracing and identification. Regulators are responding with embedded compliance code in chips, browsers, and satellites, and with dynamic algorithmic kill switches that enable real-time, automated enforcement of sanctions. The microlearning Z method accelerates negotiator onboarding through 5-minute spaced repetition modules delivered to diplomatic phones. Linking bite-sized learning to Vienna Convention articles, customs rules and reservations practice, the infographic shows how repeated micro-modules build memory and competency, cutting onboarding time roughly in half and making legal teams operational far faster. This roadmap proposes 3 practical reforms: adopt microlearning loops inside delegations for continuous skill building, crowdsource treaty drafts on open platforms to broaden legitimacy, and insert algorithmic impact statements into new clauses to forecast tech trajectories and ethical implications. Together, these steps aim to ensure regulation keeps pace with deployment rather than lagging behind. In closing, international law survives by embracing agility. Match the speed of global risks using a new toolkit of microlearning, collaborative co-drafting, and preemptive coding, and by turning static parchment into living firmware. Lawyers who upgrade processes, not just language, will ensure legal systems adapt faster than the crises they aim to manage.